Barakah Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone or Ruel. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. Before I do anything else, hold on, let me let this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let this play. I'm just going to let this play. We're going to get a couple scriptures and that'll be it. But we're going to put curses on this.
Mom for bringing their kid out to a family-friendly drag show, ladies and gentlemen.
A family-friendly drag show.
Are you confused yet? Minty fresh. I had sex with my father's boss in my father's office. What's your favorite part?
You see the little Jake? It would look like a Jake. He said none of it. And you know the nigga woman brought that baby there. You know the nigga woman brought that baby there.
Well, I slept with my stepfather's co-worker in our RV over Thanksgiving. You were such an awesome mom for.
So, let's officially start this with a prayer. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Babakusha, 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 Shalak Rayam, Wa Anashim, Wa Haragyam, Wa Mashapatyam, All Call Atawamyam, Wa Goyam, Wa Ahabyam Nawa. Amen. And basically I am praying or sending up curses to put evil and swift judgment upon these heathen, especially these Edomites, upon any sort of wicked act, anything that mimics this. I am simply praying to hasten the inevitable, which is the downfall of Babylon the Great. Babel meaning confusion, and Lon is like is like how you say a city, so it's the city of confusion. So let me show you something, because this is what's coming. I want to get 2 Samuel, about how these angels are going to come and rip this place apart for these things. Now, I mean, for a multitude of sins, but especially for things like this. And it's always about the children. Yeah, it's still, let's see. Okay, so this is where the angel, the Lord was asking, how do you want the people to be punished, right? So let me scroll up a little bit. So you need to read 2 Samuel 24 if you haven't. All right, so let's go to the 11th verse. But when David was up in the morning, the word of the Lord came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, and that's how seer and prophet are the same thing. Go and say unto David, thus saith the Lord, I offer thee 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So Gad came to David and told him, and said unto him, shall 7 years of famine come into thy land, come unto thee in thy land, or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemy, or while they pursue thee, or that there be 3 days of pestilence in thy land? Now advise and see what answer shall I return to him. Return him and send to me that sent me. All right, so and David said unto Gad, I am in great strait. Let us all fall now in the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are great. and let me not fall into the hands of man. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed, and there died of the people of Dan, even to Beersheba, 70,000 men. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord repented of him of the evil, which means he just told him, turn it back, just stop, we're done, that's it. He reversed his judgment, and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough. Stay now thine hand. And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of Aravna. I can't say that. The Jebusite. Now I got that to get this. If the Lord would bring this upon his people, his own chosen people, what do you think he's going to do to you heathen? For the multitude of transgressions against the laws of the Lord, especially because this place was supposed to be a quote-unquote Christian place, and they or city or nation, and they took the word into their hands. Right? Let's actually. Who are thee to declare my statutes? Yeah, that's what we want. I think, because I haven't got that scripture. Take thy covenant into thy mouth. Yes, declare my statutes. So we'll get Psalms 50 and 16. I will get it right here. Okay. Now you want to play Psalms 50 and 16. Don't even worry about it. Scroll on down, or we'll read it in NLT. But God says to the wicked, why bother reciting my decrees and pretending to obey my covenant? For you refuse my discipline and treat my words like trash. When you see thieves, you approve of them. When you spend your time with adulterers, your mouth is filled with wickedness, and your tongue is full of lies. You sit around and slander your brother, your own mother's son. While you did all this, I remained silent, right? But for that, we're moving away from that silent period. There are more and more sightings of so-called UFOs, right, which are simply just the chariots. There are more and more judgments going out, and the Lord is no longer winking at the wickedness of the 2/3 of our people, and no longer winking at the wickedness of the heathen. Job 9 and 24, because the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Now let's get one more, because here's what we have to look forward to, those of us who are sincere, and I pray that we all remain sincere and on the right side of the Lord's grace, because we're supposed to be sighing and crying against this disgusting wickedness. 2 Ezra 13, that's where we're going. I have all of this highlighted, but it's the point I want to get is in verse 6. We'll go 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was a gathering together of a multitude of men out of the number of the 4 winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. So that's Yahushai returning on that fathership, so big that you can't even tell the origin of it. Ezra didn't even know how to say where it came, what direction it came from. But also that there were many, many angels that'll come. Of course, you got the beast that shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. So, of course, when this World War III kicks off, and towards the end of it, you have the Babylon the Great, or America. Her allies will somehow, some way, she gonna burn her allies. But you can kind of see it through their policy, because it has always been America first, and all the other countries suffer. So maybe it'll be something along those lines again. But fire is reserved for this place. judgment and fire. That lake of fire is reserved for this place, for these disgusting acts. I mean, for many, many things, right? Many different things has Babylon the Great Babylon the Great is guilty for. But this, it's always about the children. Always about the children. And the Lord is not the author of confusion, right? Male, female, created he them. And if you're not sighing and crying, you don't have that spiritual mark, destruction. There's only two things that happen. And I don't think people truly understand what exactly is coming for all of us, whether it be good or whether it be bad. But I pray for those of you who are sincere and who are, again, sighing and crying against wicked acts such as these. If you're vexed like just Lot was vexed, I pray that you're on the right side of judgment. So with that being said, shalom.